What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, like I keep saying in the past couple of videos, we've got ZacBaldy's bringing out his R33 and we are going to pull out the motor of that, and hopefully if we get time today we'll pull it down today as well. And flies are getting so bad here lately. We've been here for like 9 years, we never had an issue with flies, and just this year the flies have just gone insane. It's pain. So anyway, Zach's coming out, pull the motor out, and yeah, hopefully today we'll have a bit of time to at least pull the head off and investigate what's actually wrong with that motor. So before that, obviously we've got a bit of time before Zach gets here. Before that, we are going to have a little bit more of a cleanup, because over the past couple of days of us doing stuff and working on things, we've managed to make a little bit more of a mess again. So we'll clean up a bit, make sure we got room to work on Zach's car and put stuff, and then we'll by then hopefully Zach's here and we'll get stuck into it. I'm sort of hoping, he reckons he's bringing a few friends out to help him, so I'm sort of hoping that I can just stand back and they can do all the heavy lifting, and I can just point and tell them things and say things. Righto guys, so Zach's running a bit late, so he's not going to get here till a little bit later, so I don't know how far we'll get today. I was really hoping to get the motor out of his car and at least the head off today, because if it is a ringland that's gone and he's been driving it around the downshift and stuff, chances are he probably has ruined the block. But that's what I sort of want to check. I would like to know that today so that we know what we're up for, so that we can sort stuff out for next week. But anyway, we'll just see what time it gets here and what we get to. As you can see, we've had sort of a big cleanup. Cleared up the bench, cleared up the toolbox. This is the old small block out of the Cruiser, which is actually for sale. So if anyone's looking for quite a nice little small block, Rex has currently got this for sale. So we were sort of keeping it for putting a combo for one of the tonners or something, but we don't particularly need to. We have plenty enough other combos. So we sort of decided we probably won't ever actually use this 350 again. It is a really nice little 350. So yeah, if you're interested in something like that, let us know. It is for sale. Alright, so while waiting for Zach, we'll talk about this for a little while. So this is actually now sold. Rex did a deal last night with one of our mates from around here, and
stonks.
Yeah, stonks. It's the 31's actually sold before it's even done now. So
he had so many demands. He wants he wants this to work. He wants that to work. And
so
he watches our videos too. So.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So he wants a fair bit of stuff done to the car, so we do have a fair bit more work now to do, simply for the fact that he actually does want it as a street car. So a few things we've got to sort out now. We're going to have to take the roll center correction kit out. Firstly, because it just gives you way too much track and these wheels don't fit properly. There's no way you could get away driving around like this on the street for too long. You would get pulled over and bent over and reamed without lube. So roll center correction kit comes out so that we can have a little bit more room to stand those wheels up and get them under the guards and make them look a bit better, a bit more street friendly. Not only that, obviously the roll center correction kit being there in the first place is an illegality as well. So a few things like that we've got to fix. He wants to have the cluster working, which means we have to get the RB25 box speed sensor to work with the R31 cluster. Now I know this is a problem that a lot of people have. Most people that have 31s generally just track them only, so most of them don't really care, or most of them buy an aftermarket speedo. But there is a way you can actually make the RB25 gearbox speed sensor work with the R31 cluster. You have to use a D21 Navara speedo sensor, or speed sensor, and you swap out the Navara actual drive gear for one out of just a regular R31 one. But it's a long enough drive gear that it fits in the RB25 box, or maybe the 25 is shorter. I can't remember which one's longer or shorter, but they're not interchangeable between the 20 and the 30 box and the 25 box. So the D21 Navara Speedo drive actually fits the 25 box and works, but it also has the 3-pin connector plug for the sensor, which works with the R31. Keep mumbling up all my terminologies. So many R's and B's and 3's and... so the 3-pin sensor plug works with the R31 gearbox loom and allows you to actually have a working speedo on the cluster using the 25 box. So we have to do that. We'll document that because I know it's something that a lot of people have trouble with, but like I said, most of us are just like, track car, who cares? But the guy that we've sold this to does care. So there's a few other things we do have to fix, and like I said...
He just doesn't want to get booked for speed.
He's going to. Newsflash. So we got a fair bit of work, bit of stuff to do to this car, but it is nice. It's a bit of a load off, a stress relief having it sold. So pretty much where we're at that. I just thought I'd let you all know while we wait for Zach to get here. Righto guys, so Zach's arrived.
Yo, what's up?
He's here with the mighty STD 33. So
Mate, I tell you what, this thing has been an absolute pig driving over. The coilovers, everything hasn't been set up at all. The engine likes to stall whenever it wants to, so yeah. It's an interesting drive over.
Be like Christmas finding out what's wrong with it. So
yeah.
if our car's never been off the ground on a hoist, so Zach's about to see what it looks like underneath. And yeah, we'll sort of...
And be severely disappointed.
Yeah, probably. It usually happens with most Japanese cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get stuck into... We'll let this engine cool down a little bit first. Then we'll get stuck into ripping it out.
Sounds good.
It's going to be heaps of fun.
Sure will be.
Yeah. So, motor's ready to come out. Pretty soon we'll know how bad it is.
Dude, I'm so scared. Everything so far is pointed to a head gasket.
Yeah, so far.
So we have all the parts ready to rebuild the entire engine, but it's just going to be so much easier if it's just a head gasket.
We'll probably rebuild the whole thing anyway. But
yeah.
As long as the balls are okay, that's the
Yeah,
main thing.
Otherwise, what are we doing?
Trying to get a new
25?
block. Oh yeah, or 30. Rightio guys, so engine is out and pulled most of the way down. We got the head off, which was the important part to try and investigate what the hell was the problem with this motor. The head showed no obvious signs of anything wrong. The head gasket seemed to be fine. The head seems to be okay. The valves seem to be fine. So we dropped piston number 3 just to sort of have a look, and that's what we've got. So as you can see, classic RB behaviour, broken ringland. It was actually in there when we pulled the piston out. I just sort of pulled it out just for dramatic effect. But yeah, the ringland's very clacked. Lucky for Zach, I have obviously lots of spares because I've done a lot of RB stuff. And very lucky for Zach, the number 3 bore is actually fine. There's no scoring. So the block's fine. The rest of the bottom end seems to be fine. We found nothing metallic in the bottom ends, nothing in the oil. We didn't even bother cutting the filter open because there's nothing in the oil and there's nothing in the pickup. So the bottom end seems to be fine. It's going to be a pretty straightforward, easy rebuild with that spare piston. And yeah, Zach gets out of it pretty well.
Sure do. I'm super stoked. Second best outcome.
Yeah.
First one could have been head gasket. Second one was like, yeah, it's fine. So pretty happy with it, to be honest. Super happy.
So happy days all around. So she's going to be same thing, pull down, hone the block, ring gap, bearing clearance, cleaning a lot of stuff. What we're going to do, Zach reckons this thing was using coolant, and in the pulling down process and the pulling out process, we didn't find anything obvious as to why it would be using coolant. So we're going to send the head away to get resurfaced anyway. We're going to send it to the machine shop because he's using a MLS gasket this time around and some ARP studs, so this thing should be strong as. So while it's at the machine shop getting resurfaced, we'll get him just to do a crack test on it, just to make sure that it's not an issue with the head as to why it's using coolant. And as long as the head's okay, I'll be pretty sure to assume it must just be a leak somewhere else that we can't see or can't find in the system. So that's pretty much the plan. Zach's going to come back out on Monday. We'll get back into it. Mm-hmm. So we'll get this head pulled down on Monday so that we can get it to the machine shop, and we'll get the rest of this bottom end pulled down so that we can start looking at what we've got to clean up, and yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, literally everything.
Everything is covered in oil.
Yeah, it's covered in carbon build-up oil. It's a lot of cleaning. That's just building engines. There's just a lot of cleaning involved. So and we've got to look at honing, piston, ring gap, bearing clearances, reassembly, new install of a few new fruity parts, and we'll get it all good as new again and back in there, and Zach can get to the track and do some skid, boys.
Sounds good. I'm so keen. So keen.
Righto guys, so Zach and the boys have just left. Awesome to finally meet Zach. Really nice dude, so definitely go and give his channel a bit of a watch. I'll put a link to his channel in the description for you to go check it out. But honestly, really good outcome from a really bad outcome today as far as this motor goes. It did have a cracked ringland, which I was concerned about, but the block is saveable, which is great. So Zach's going to get out of it nice and cheap because he doesn't have to spend much. We're going to be able to knock it over and get it done quite quick because there's not a lot of work to be done really. Quick hone, new bearings, rings, bit of clearancing and a bit of ring gap and a few other little things, new seals, bearings. And just, it should all go back together fairly quick. So, yeah, I think Zach's pretty stoked with it. I'm pretty happy that that's all that's wrong with it. That's really nice. So, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. It's a pretty nice 33. I didn't really show it off much in my video, I suppose, but you can go to Zach's channel and have a look at it. He got a really good deal on it, and he's put in a lot of effort to actually clean it up as clean as he has. So, he's really looking forward to getting to the track and driving it. He did some driving in Japan, and turns out he can drive all right. So, he's really excited to get some more driving experience in. So he's happy, I'm happy, and we're going to continue this on Monday. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow, spend a lazy day, and yeah, we'll be back on Monday. So thanks for watching, as always. Smash like, smash subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Catch you later, guys.